What's up, everybody? Animation Entertainment here again with your cyber news update. Today is July 27th, 2020. And we're going to be talking about Twitch bans, gaming updates, and some anime news that I think you're going to want to hear about. Stay tuned to find out what is coming up today on Cyber News with Animation Entertainment's AE Dude. Let's get right into it. To start things off today, we're going to be talking about JinnyTTY's ban on Twitch. After being handed a 2-week suspension, Twitch streamer JinnyTTY has had her ban lifted after only 8 hours in result of her public statement and apology. Now, she was streaming The Last of Us 2 on July 24th, 2020, and made a remark about the character Abby.
Seriously, I don't wanna look at this transgender anymore.
She states, and I quote, "I wasn't 100% sure if she was a transgender or not, and I saw a lot of people talking about it, so without thinking, I thought it would be okay to use the word transgender to describe her." She continues on and says, "I just wanted to say I don't want to look at her anymore."
What do you mean, what, Jenny? You guys call me transgender.
But I put it in the wrong way.
You guys call her fridge.
She claimed she was frustrated with the character and how the story was unfolding, and in the result, the words she spoke must have just came out the wrong way. I really didn't mean to hate on someone, and I have nothing against transgender people. I sincerely apologize for anyone who got offended by it, and I promise that in the future, I'll be more educated and careful with what I say and do on stream. End quote. Twitch has a zero tolerance policy for what it calls hateful conduct on the platform. Even first-time violators typically result in a lengthy ban. Now, moving on to the next streamer at hand, Pokimane. Pokimane is Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all! Pokimane is the world's most successful and followed female streamer. And she decided to respond to members of a Twitch community who claimed she is not watched for her gameplay or personality, but rather she's watched for her looks. As we know, Twitch and gaming in general is a male-dominated internet space, and Pokimane spoke out in the past about abuse and threats she has received on this platform. Now, as we all know, there's a lot of this going on. Threats being sent out, abuse messages being received on live chat, and it's uncontrollable. She even confirms that she's been provided bodyguards to help protect her at public events in the past. Isn't that just ridiculous? Well, I guess it comes with the fame now, doesn't it? Here's some of the tweets she has received and decided to respond to in relation to all this that's going on about her looks and her being a not so well-off streamer if she didn't look so good. Let's move on to some cosplay news now. My Hero Academia. Instagram cosplayer, I don't want to butcher her name, Itskawaiikitten, shared this impressive cosplay that brings to life the fan favorite hero that has left a mark on the world of My Hero Academia, despite not being a member of the cast of students in the famous UA Academy with Class 1-A. Now, Camie is a sophomore at the rival school to UA Academy in Shiketsu High School. She first appeared when Class 1A was joining a wide swath of students attempting to get the provisional hero's license, even though she failed due to her being kidnapped by Toga of the League of Villains. Look at this beautiful cosplay. Nice background, matches the theme well. I think she did a good job. What do you guys think? Aside from her being attractive, I'll give her the cosplay 9 out of 10, just because she's not the actual character. Moving on to more cosplay news, another Instagram model named Circusofmissjo, I don't know if I pronounced it right, sorry for butchering your name if I didn't, shared their Aku cosplay, snagging the grand prize award at the Virtual Adult Swim Con of 2020. She brought out a brand new flavor to the ultimate evil that is Aku. Look at this cosplay here. What are we looking at? This is just magnificent. Magnificent. Isn't it? I mean, I sure can't cosplay like that. This body of mine in a suit like that, not gonna go well. Not at all. Not at all. Hey, I give this cosplay a good... I wish she didn't show her face much, because Aku doesn't have two heads. He only has one head. Cosplay would have been better if she actually covered her whole body and had the complete cosplay be Aku's body, basically a huge gown, black gown with Aku's head. Now I know she wanted to show off her face and, you know, her womanly features, but just for that one reason, I have to give this cosplay a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Because Aku's not a female. Not a female. Now moving on to more gaming news. An interview on Respawn Entertainment, which may be found on Glassdoor's page. The current developer anonymously detailed the most negative side which she experienced by working on Apex Legends during the pandemic. For those of you who don't know, Glassdoor is a website where current and former employees can post about the experiences which they went through to get in a company, whether that is an interview or a review of what it's like to work inside of a company. Of course, you need an account to actually post stuff, so whatever was leaked from this anonymous person was posted on Reddit, and that is how we found out about it. Now, this anonymous person states that mostly every other game company have extended project deadlines and feature content roadmaps to accommodate the employees during these pandemics and, you know, times of stress. But not in the Apex project. I feel extremely stressed and burnt out trying to keep our seasonal releases on the same aggressive timeline as pre-shelter in place productivity, states this anonymous person. Games such as Final Fantasy XIV and Destiny 2 have seen significant delays in their new content due to the pandemic. Apex Legends, though, its Season 5 delay was announced just a few days before it was set to launch, and it was only pushed back by a week. This is giving the employees no time whatsoever, regardless of their abrupt change in work environment, and basically developers are worrying more about the customers than the well-being of their own employees. What a shame. I mean, I always thought it would be cool to work for a company such as, you know, Sucker Punch or, you know, Guerrilla Games, you know, DICE, but I guess it's not all that it shows up to be. At least in this example. This story is definitely a depression because we are here enjoying the games, but the finished product is only a result of how well the employees feel and are able to work. If you're not satisfied with the game, most likely things on the other end aren't going so well. Just a thought. Now with gamers being more impatient for more to do in Red Dead Online, considering the Moonshiners update, which came out 7 months ago, they actually began dressing up as clowns as a goofy form of protest. This is hilarious, dude. What a community. I love it. I love seeing stuff like this. And guess what? It's time for them to wipe off that greasy face paint and hang up their red noses, because the update is coming to Red Dead Online at last, including another Outlaw Pass and a new Frontier Pursuit in the next update, which is coming out in July 28th. In the update, the Frontier Pursuit will introduce players to the secrets of naturalism as part of an all-new role such as Rockstar. The Outlaw Pass will accompany tons of community requested features and fixes. Later this year, Rockstar says an existing role in Red Dead Online will receive some exciting new extensions and augmentations, but doesn't elaborate any further. Well, clowns, you got what you asked for. I wish stuff like this actually happened more. You know, a community in a game, when they want something, they protest in a manner that has so much humor as to influence the developers. Now, I'm not sure if this actually is how it went down. Maybe they were planning this before the, clowns attacked. But either way, you can't say this isn't hilarious. Now, if cowboys aren't to your interest, hey, I got some great news for you from Rockstar regarding Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto Online will be getting a summer update as well, and later this year, the biggest ever update for Grand Theft Auto Online will arrive, featuring Rockstar's latest take on heists in an entirely new location. We're still not sure exactly what that means, but a new heist is coming nonetheless, and that is exciting. Hey, I never really got into Grand Theft Auto, but when I hear updates like this, it makes me want to actually play the game. Remember, the last one I played was San Andreas, but who knows? Maybe I will start playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Or not. Now, have you been wondering why Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have any lock-on mechanics? Similar to the Souls games, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Well, according to an interview with the creative director, Nate Fox, when he was asked about the lock-on mechanics, he replied with, and I quote, "While working on the combat, we watch samurai films, which are of course an inspiration for the feeling of this game. And the fighters in those movies will often have to switch their attention very fluidly from one enemy to another." He continues to say that the combat in the game is built around dealing with a variety of enemies, a group of them. So it seems like the idea that the producers were trying to push when it comes to dealing with opponents in this wonderful game is to remain in the middle of a fight as opposed to keeping all the enemies in front of you. This way the player can keep an eye on all possible threats, just as in those films that they watched to, study samurais and how they fought in battles. And he continued to say, and I quote, "We tried to give the Mongols, which is a type of enemy in the game, a feeling of being like a wolf pack that will surround you, and only through skill are you able to defend against them as they come at you from all sides. If we had a lock on, you wouldn't have the ability to move as quickly between the different opponents as they come in at you," he states. I kind of like that idea because, like in Bloodborne and Dark Souls, you could easily toggle the right analog stick and switch which enemy you want to lock onto, and you can basically keep everybody in front of you, as they said, or you can stay in the middle, but that's not recommended because you can easily get roughed up if you're locked on. But it seems like in Ghost of Tsushima, since there is no lock on, you're more fluid. You're enabled with more fluid movements to dodge and evade attacks, as well as counterattack very efficiently if someone's attacking from behind you. Sounds very interesting. I might actually pick up this game very soon. For those of you who've been waiting for a new Call of Duty game, I got some great news for you. Back in May, a leak suggested that Call of Duty Black Ops will either be called Cold War or at least be set during the Cold War. Well, that's all been confirmed thanks to the Doritos promotion. The promotion bears the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War name as well as a logo we haven't seen before, and it runs from October 5th to October 31st. Now, whether these dates will be around the same time that the game launches is unknown. What we do know is that during the promotion, bags of Doritos will give players codes for 2 times XP in this multiplayer mode and put them in a draw to win 2 times XP for a whole year. Sounds amazing. In the BorderLands news, we have our first confirmation that BorderLands 3 is going to keep continuing to produce content past what is already announced with this year 1 season pass. In short, Year 2 is coming up. This was confirmed by Randy Pitchford himself in the chat of Killer 6's stream about 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the video.
There's more beyond the season pass. You heard it here first, chat.
For those Tekken fans out there, I got some great news for you. Perfect Legend faces off against JinKid, the Tekken 4 Evo champ, in a 1-10 in Tekken 7. Being that Perfect Legend has also taken the Evo Championship for Dead or Alive 4 in 2004 and Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011 and 2012. This matchup is essentially putting two Evo champions against each other. Both players use Devil Jin in this fight, so this is a Devil Jin mirror match. Needless to say, there's plenty to dissect from those of you who main Devil Jin, or rather anyone who knows about Tekken more than I do. As you all know, Halo Infinite wasn't the best looking game during a showcase at this year's Xbox Series games, and 343 Industries has a lot to say about it, as they explain why. According to Chris Lee, who is 343 Studios head, has recommended that fans who are disappointed in the graphics, which were shown in the stream, to check out the 4K streaming assets, which showcase the game in full fidelity. Also, the game is still very much in development, and Halo Infinite still needs a lot of polishing and tuning in order to look at its best when it comes out in some unrevealed date this holiday. Well, that's gonna be it for today, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to July 27th episode of Cyber News featuring Animation Entertainment's AE Dude. If you are interested in more videos like this, I suggest you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, help this video with as many likes as you can, which is just one, but every one who does that counts to a much greater cause. And I'll see you next time. Take care, and don't forget, all the praise and glory be to Jesus Christ. Amen.